Anyone who is single and doesn't appear to want to date is nowadays almost inevitably perceived as pitiful and emotionally tormented. Being alone and normal at the same time is simply not believed to be conceivable. This creates the conditions for a collective tragedy because it means that a large number of people who have no instinctive desire to live with another person and are considered to be profoundly ill-suited to doing so are forced and shamed into marriage, with disastrous outcomes for everyone involved. Once singledom achieves equal status with its alternative, only then can we make sure that people have the freedom in their choices and should get into a relationship for the right reasons, because they love the other person, not because they are afraid of being single. The following are just a handful of the many benefits of living alone. Number 1. Because romantic love is a dangerous delusion, we should be aware that romantic love, the idea of being madly in love with one exceptional person for a lifetime, is a very new, ambitious, weird idea that is at most 250 years old. Over extended periods of time, practically everyone is doomed to appear gloomy and challenging from up close. Obviously, in theory, a good romantic marriage is feasible, but in reality, it's quite unlikely, which should make any failure feel far less awful. Number 2. After a while, no one really believes their relationship is great. Those of us who opted to remain single shouldn't be viewed as unromantic. In fact, we might be among the most romantic individuals out there since, in the end, it's the ardent romantics who need to be the most watchful not to settle for poor partnerships. Partnerships work best for people who don't truly want too much from them. Number 3. We're too insane to be in relationships. Knowing how to love and live with someone is a sign of some maturity, but realizing that this is ultimately not who you are demonstrates much greater maturity and psychological capability, which a significant number of us simply aren't. The genuine mark of a great and loving soul is retiring voluntarily in order to spare others and oneself from the effects of one's own internal emotional distress. Number 4. Being alone entails not burdening people with your presence. It protects you from hearing how challenging and peculiar you are on a regular basis. Nobody's holding up a mirror, keeping a record of your misbehavior, or holding you constantly responsible for it. If you're fortunate, you'll be able to put up with and perhaps even enjoy being with yourself. Number 5. Love is ruined by relationships. It can be preferable to experience loneliness and sex denial outside of a relationship than in one. The one thing singles will always have is hope. This doesn't mean that living alone is without challenges. Of course, both being single and being in a relationship have their negative aspects. Loneliness in the former and pressure, rage, and frustration in the latter. The fact is, regardless of our relationship situation, we're just not very good at being happy, which is ultimately a defense against entering into or leaving a relationship too quickly. Thanks for watching. If you like our stuff, subscribe for more motivational content. See you in the next video of The Generous.